The moment you clicked on this video, something shifted. Not by accident. Not by coincidence. And definitely not by random chance. Take a slow breath right now, because what you are about to hear is not an ordinary message. This is not entertainment. This is not just another video scrolling past your screen. This is a call. And if you are still here listening, it means something powerful has already started moving in your life. There are moments in a person's life when the universe whispers quietly, and there are moments when heaven itself sends an urgent signal. Right now, this is the second kind. Because this message carries a warning and a revelation that only a few people will ever hear in their lifetime. Some people will scroll away before they understand what is happening. Some will feel uncomfortable and leave. But if you are still here, if something inside you told you to stay, then listen very carefully. Because time matters in this moment. For years, maybe even your entire life, you have felt something strange about your journey. You felt different. Not better than others, but different in a way you could never explain. Sometimes you felt like you were meant for something important, something bigger than the daily routine that surrounds you. But every time that feeling appeared, doubt followed. People around you told you to be realistic. They told you to stop imagining things. They told you to live like everyone else. And slowly, that voice inside you became quieter. But it never disappeared. Deep down, you always felt there was a reason you were here. A hidden purpose. A path that somehow belonged only to you. What you didn't know, what no one told you, is that there has been a silent battle happening around your life for a very long time. A battle you could not see. A battle over your destiny. And this is where the message becomes serious. Because according to ancient spiritual records, and according to a message many people have recently begun receiving in dreams and deep moments of silence, there are specific individuals on Earth right now who are approaching a turning point. A moment where everything either rises, or collapses. A moment where a hidden door opens. And this door does not open for everyone. Only for those who were meant to hear the call. If you are hearing this right now, there is a reason. Because the message that came through is connected to a powerful name that has appeared in spiritual traditions for thousands of years. A protector. A warrior of light. A messenger during times of crisis. The one known as Archangel Michael. Now before you dismiss this, before you assume this is just symbolism, listen carefully. Throughout history, during moments when humanity was facing uncertainty, messages connected to this presence appeared again and again. Not to everyone, but to specific people who were standing at a crossroads in their lives. And the pattern was always the same. First, the person felt lost. Then, obstacles began appearing everywhere. Confusion. Isolation. Unexpected challenges. It felt like everything in their life was collapsing. But what they didn't realize was that something invisible was actually protecting them. Redirecting them. Preparing them. Because when the moment arrived, everything changed very quickly. And that moment may be much closer for you than you realize. Right now, somewhere in the background of your life, pieces are moving. People you haven't met yet. Opportunities that haven't appeared yet. Decisions that will soon stand directly in front of you. But there is also something else. A warning. Because whenever someone is close to stepping into a new level of purpose, resistance increases. Distractions increase. Doubt increases. And suddenly, everything tries to pull them away from their path. Think about the last few months of your life. Have things felt heavier than usual? Have you noticed strange timing, unexpected setbacks, moments where you almost gave up? Many people listening right now have experienced exactly that. Not because they are failing, but because they are closer to a breakthrough than they realize. And that is why this message appeared now. Not tomorrow. Not next year. Now. Because there is a small window opening. A moment where awareness changes everything. You see, destiny does not usually arrive with loud announcements. It arrives quietly. In a moment like this. In a message that somehow finds its way to you. And the strange part is, many people who hear this will feel something familiar. A sense of recognition. As if this moment was already waiting for them. If that feeling is happening to you right now, stay with it. Because the next part of this message becomes even more personal. There are signs that appear when someone is being prepared for a major shift. Most people ignore these signs. But once you know them, you start seeing the pattern clearly. The first sign is isolation. You begin feeling like fewer people understand you. Conversations that once felt normal start feeling empty. You notice yourself thinking deeper than the people around you. Sometimes this makes you feel lonely, but it is actually part of the preparation. The second sign is unusual intuition. You start sensing things before they happen. You think about someone, and suddenly they contact you. You feel that something is wrong, and later you discover you were right. This is not coincidence. Your awareness is sharpening. The third sign is repeated obstacles right before progress. Just when something important is about to happen, something tries to block it. A delay. A misunderstanding. An unexpected challenge. Many people think these moments mean they should give up. But often, it means they are very close. And this is where the message connected to Archangel Michael becomes extremely clear. Because according to the transmission that has been shared through multiple spiritual channels recently, there are individuals who are about to face a decision that will define the next chapter of their life. A decision that cannot be delayed forever. A decision connected to courage. To truth. To stepping into the role they were meant to play. But before that moment arrives, one thing must happen. Awareness. You must realize that your life has not been random. The challenges were not random. The strange feelings that followed you since childhood were not random. They were signals. Preparation. Training for a moment you did not fully understand yet. And right now, the countdown toward that moment has already started. 3 minutes in the title of this message does not mean literal seconds. It means urgency. It means the window is open, but it will not stay open forever. Because every person reaches a point where they either step forward, or step away from their purpose. Some people ignore the call. They return to their normal routine. And years later they feel something missing but never understand why. Others listen. They feel the fear, but they move anyway. And suddenly doors open that seemed impossible before. Right now, the most important thing is simple. Do not rush away from this moment. Do not dismiss what you feel. Instead, listen carefully to what comes next. Because in the next part of this message, something will be revealed that explains why your life has felt the way it has, and why the presence of Archangel Michael is connected to the exact stage you are standing in right now. And once you hear it, you may never see your journey the same way again. Something extraordinary is closer than you think. And the next part will explain exactly why. Something important is happening right now, and most people will not realize it until it has already passed them by. But if you are still here, still listening, then something inside you is awake enough to sense that this message is not ordinary. Because the truth is, moments like this rarely appear twice. And what you are about to hear next explains something that very few people ever understand about their own lives. Earlier, we talked about the signs. The isolation, the strange intuition, the obstacles appearing right before progress. But those signs are only the surface. Behind them, there is a deeper reason. For a very long time, spiritual traditions across different cultures have described something known as the awakening of the chosen path. Not chosen in the sense of being better than others, but chosen in the sense of responsibility. A role. A mission. A moment in life when someone is called to step beyond the life they thought they were supposed to live. And here is the strange part. When this awakening begins, it often starts with confusion rather than clarity. You feel pulled in different directions. Old goals stop feeling meaningful. Things that once made you excited start feeling empty. At the same time, new ideas begin appearing in your mind. Ideas that feel powerful but also frightening. Because they require change. They require courage. And they require leaving behind the comfort of the life you already know. This is exactly the moment when many people turn back. They convince themselves it was just imagination. They return to routine. They silence the voice inside them. But the individuals who do not silence that voice, the ones who stay curious, who stay aware, are the ones who begin noticing something extraordinary. Guidance starts appearing. Not always in obvious ways. Sometimes through unexpected conversations. Sometimes through dreams. Sometimes through messages that appear at the exact moment they are needed. And throughout history, many people who experienced this guidance described one presence appearing again and again during moments of protection and decision. The presence of Archangel Michael. Now listen carefully, because this is where the message becomes deeply personal. Michael has always been associated with courage. With truth. With protection during moments when someone must make a difficult choice. Not a small choice. A life-defining one. And according to the message that has recently been circulating through spiritual circles around the world, there are people listening right now who are approaching exactly such a moment. A crossroads. One path leads back to comfort. Predictable life. Safety. The other path leads toward purpose. Impact. Growth that may feel intimidating at first. But the moment someone chooses that second path, something powerful begins to happen. Energy shifts. Opportunities start appearing. People who were never part of their life suddenly become important connections. Doors that were closed begin opening. But none of this happens if the person ignores the call. And that is why this message carries urgency. Because the truth is, hesitation is the biggest enemy of destiny. Think about the times in your life when you felt the strongest desire to do something meaningful. Maybe you wanted to start something new. Maybe you wanted to speak your truth. Maybe you wanted to follow a dream that others did not understand. But something stopped you. Fear. Doubt. The opinions of others. And slowly, that powerful moment faded away. But here is the incredible part. Some opportunities disappear forever. But others return, one final time. A last opening. A last signal. A last moment where everything aligns again, giving you the chance to choose differently. Many spiritual teachers believe that when such a moment appears, it is never random. It is guided. Protected. Watched. And this is where the connection to Archangel Michael becomes clear again. Because in countless stories across centuries, people reported feeling a surge of courage during their most uncertain moments. A sudden clarity. A sense that they were not alone. As if something unseen was standing beside them, reminding them to stand strong. That presence has always been described the same way. The protector of those who step into truth. Now ask yourself something honestly. In the last year, have you felt moments where something inside you was pushing you to change? Pushing you to stop playing small? Pushing you to step into something bigger, even though it scared you? If that feeling has been appearing again and again, then this message may not be reaching you by accident. Because the most powerful transformations in life always begin with awareness. And awareness often arrives through a single moment. A single realization. A single message that makes everything suddenly make sense. Right now, you might be starting to connect the pieces. The struggles you faced. The delays. The strange timing of events in your life. The moments when you almost gave up, but somehow kept going. All of those experiences may have been shaping you for something that has not fully revealed itself yet. But here is the truth most people never hear. Purpose rarely arrives fully explained. It arrives as a whisper. A feeling. A direction. And it becomes clear only after you begin walking toward it. This is why courage matters so much. And this is exactly why the presence of Archangel Michael has always been associated with the moment before someone steps forward. The moment when fear is strongest, but the door is still open. Right now, imagine standing in front of that door. Behind you is the life you already know. In front of you is something unknown, but filled with potential. Most people spend their entire lives standing between those two places.